Hi Bernice, this is a quick video of me going over your portfolio for 255. So your home page looks pretty good. Remember, you're not going to spend a lot of time on here when you're doing your presentation. So you'll start with your name. You'll let everybody know how many years of experience you have and in what kind of settings. And then as you're talking, you can kind of just scroll down, right? While you teach, if you feel like you have time. Standard 1, you just state Standard 1, child development in the context, or child development and learning in context. You talk about I chose the ages and stages questionnaire, which is commonly referred to as the ASQ for Standard 1A. It helps us understand the developmental period of early childhood from birth to age 8. We use this in the setting by conducting the observation or assessment on the child and having the family do it on theirs. You can say for 1B, this is a picture of a lesson plan I did, and this is what the children are learning. For 1C, this is the home language survey. This is why I chose it. Home language surveys, you would say, I chose the home language survey. It helps us understand that child and how they learn because they come from different or multiple contexts, right? Including their family, their culture, their language. So we want to make sure that we have a good understanding of all of those things so that we can teach them the best way that they know how. For Standard 1D, I chose the case study. And the theorist that I have for Standard 1 is Jean Piaget. And then you would just go, my NACI Standard 2 is Standard 2 is family, teacher, partnerships, and community connections. Head Start teachers have a really easy time with this. So I chose the photo album because it helps us know about and understand the value of diversity of our families. It also is a great social emotional way for children to be able to go over there when they're feeling sad and just have you can just make up whatever you want. Here's the newsletter that we use for work. It helps us collaborate with partners and families. It lets them know of all the things that are going on so that they can participate. So then it would be the parent board. For 2C, I chose the parent board. It's full of community resources to support children's learning and development. So for an example, we have Market on the Move flyers, which allows families to go and get 60 pounds of food for $10 or whatever you have. And the theorist that I chose is Bronfenbrenner. His ecological systems theory supports the standard because he really believed that the child is the focus, and there are so many contributing factors that shapes that child's development, from their family to their community, and so having supportive environments is good for children. Standard 3 is child observation documentation. I chose teaching strategies gold. You get the idea. So as I go through here, your formatting looks really good, meaning that your pictures are roughly the same size. You chose things that I can see connect. You need to make sure that when you're doing your presentation that you that you state the standard, right, and the brief description, and then you start tackling, this is what I chose and this is why, and then this is what I chose and this is why. So I think Cephal is the Cephal pyramid is really good because it does help promote or support social emotional development, and I think it's an easy way for teachers to to kind of go back and say like, okay, what am I doing what am I doing that doesn't support it, and how can I do that better? So I think the images that you chose support your portfolio. Maria Montessori, that's a nice painting of her. That's not what I know her to look like, but it's a beautiful picture. Usually she's surrounded by children, and at that time period, everyone was wearing a lot of black. Standard 5, you'd say the title. Yeah, and all of yours looks really good. The one thing that I will say is when you're talking about the lesson plan, you're showing an activity. So if it's a lesson plan, consider doing a lesson plan, or implementing, or attaching, or embedding a lesson plan. But these are good, and I think that your panel, if you talk to it correctly, meaning that you're making those, if you're making those connections, I think it'll be easy for the panel to see. I will say I saw that you added your and I think these are your transcripts. Just do the GCC logo if these are not your transcripts. But this is like super personal information, so I would change that. Teaching strategies gold. If you're going to use teaching strategies gold, try to find one image and use it consistently. And then John Dewey's picture, like, do that man some justice. Like, we need to probably find him a different picture. Give him a chin. Give him a chin. All right. What were the other things that I saw? I think the last one is standard 7. And that was your infant toddlers, and I think both of those looked really good. So that's the feedback. So just make sure that you are talking or speaking to what you put, and then get it down to a good pace where you're not talking too fast or too slow, and know what's on your slides so that you can look at the panel. We do not want to see your back. We don't want you reading off cue cards, so just kind of keep those things in mind. When I say reading, we don't want to see your back. We don't want you reading off a screen. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.